for being 58 years old, for being 58 years old and on Seroquel, this doesn't look bad. Actually, Jesus told me I'm about right at my ideal weight. Jesus says that this is a healthy weight for me. But I was 140 a week ago. So the reason I'm making this video is because in 1 week, I've lost 5 pounds. And I'm so excited. I'm really excited because I didn't think I could do it. I about gave up. I was at 140. It seemed like no matter what I do, that I wasn't going to lose it. So, like I said, I'm certainly not a model, and I'm not going to worry about that. We're not here to look like a model. We're here to be healthy. This is a healthy weight. And you know what? There are a lot of women that when they go into menopause, everything changes. Your hormones change in your body. Let's go a little higher with this. Your hormones change in your body, and your body processes fat and carbohydrates differently. And people, when they get older, they tend to gain weight. That's a common problem, especially women. And it can be discouraging. And the problem is it's more than just a vanity thing. I was going to resign myself to 140 and say, you look okay, don't worry about it. But then I thought, then I went online and looked, this is what I do when I try to convince myself that I look fine at 140. I go and look at the height weight charts and I see if I fall within the range. And I recall, for 5'7", I know some height weight charts that say 160 is okay, so I'm fine. I don't need to worry about it, But then I found a height and weight chart which shows your optimal range, and I was a little above it. Optimal for small bones and on small frame, 5'7", is about 123 to 136 pounds. No, 139 pounds with clothes on. So I thought, I'm starting to get above it, So I thought, you know what? I think I need to lose I said, if I didn't need to lose 3 pounds. Well, I already did it in 1 week. Now I'm getting super hyped up because I'm thinking, wow, I kind of gave up on the idea of looking like I did in my 20s. In my 20s, I was pretty hot, man. I mean, I didn't wear bikinis in my 20s because I was really raised, to never show your body. Though Jesus surprised us because he said, I like to see women in bikinis. He said, Jesus? He said, yeah, I like to admire my creation. He probably just said that because he doesn't mind me he's never complained about me making videos of myself in a bikini. So Jesus, you get to admire your creation. At 58, Jesus isn't doing too bad. I'm his favorite, so anyways, like I said, I'm certainly not a model figure, and I'm not trying to compete with all the models out there, but I'm so excited. I'm going to tell you why I'm excited. Because it occurred to me, I thought, you know what? So you know why you can't stick to your diet, Gail? Why you're grabbing that can of nuts and eating a whole can at night? I mean, I was gobbling a whole can and telling, it's all protein, so my body's going to process protein, but there's fat in there too. So anyways, I thought, you know why? It's because you don't have anything to eat and you're starving. You go pick the easiest thing in your cabinet, a can of nuts, because you don't have to cook it. It's ready to eat right there. And you fill yourself up on it, and then there goes up the scale, So I thought, you know what you need to do, Gail? You need to have a bunch of recipes. You need to change your whole way of cooking, I thought. Like, for instance, usually with broccoli, I would make a stir-fry dish. I thought, I have made a new rule. I am never going to cook broccoli again. I'm only gonna make it raw. And as far as bok choy, I thought, you know what? I always stir fry my bok choy. I bet if I ate that raw, it would help my diet. So I found something online that said if you want to lose weight, you should at least eat 50% of your food raw. You should not eat 3 hours before bedtime. I have a real hard time following that, but I try. And you should eat small amounts throughout the day. Drink a lot of water. Of course, exercise. I've actually changed the way I walk so that I burn out more calories. You need to go visit my website, folks. And I find that the way I can stick to the diet is to make the food. I need to devote at least 1 or 2 hours a day to meal preparation and dishes. hey, it's worth it, man. I never eat out anyway. And and this is also good for people on a budget because, for instance, I thought paleo's expensive. Um, um, all that meat, all that protein, that's expensive. So paleo wasn't working out for me for several reasons. It was too expensive, and actually the meat was causing me to put on some weight too. So I found going kind of vegetarian is the way to do it. Anyways, folks, I have found something that works for me, and I'm so excited because my men tell me that it's working on Sarah Avery. As you can go look at some of my older videos about her. We are no, uh, she is finally losing some weight. She was so heavy, the problem with her was that it was compact weight in a small space, which made her a possible black hole through and anyways, let me go back here. And we're just really excited that my men, from what I understand, this could be wrong, I don't trust brain to brain, but my men tell me that they have been using my diet and exercise plan from my new webpage, gabrielchana.com/health.html, and it's actually causing her to lose. Do you realize, Jesuits and have created a bunch of women that are obese on purpose, and they use their technology to clear out the cholesterol and gunk out of their arteries every day to keep them alive, because normally nobody can get as heavy as Sarah and stay alive. And she's so big she has to poop into a volcano. I mean, that's big. She can't live in a house. She's too big to live in a house. She doesn't fit inside a house. I mean, that's big. I mean, that's not, we're not even worried about. And what's really sad about this just isn't like being prejudiced against fat people. She could turn into a black hole, literally, because she's compact weight. Anyways, if my men tell me that my diet, my new page is putting a big dent in the obesity epidemic. That a lot of people that are obese are going to my site and following my diet, and they're losing weight. And do you realize how good this is for everybody? Do you realize obesity contributes greatly to the number of heart attacks, strokes, cancer, diabetes that we have in this country? Do you know how expensive that is? Do you realize that makes all of our health insurance costs go up? If we can combat the obesity epidemic, and it's worse now than it's ever been. I think it's a combination of evil Jesuit scientists who are actually promoting obesity by encouraging it and deliberately creating clone people who are obese. And I don't know what. Jesuits are the most unhealthy organization on the planet. They're bad for your mental health and they're bad for your physical health. They dump nucockies all over the world that are very full of radiation. I already told my men, you need to go after them for environmental laws. We need to sue them for all the pollution they put in the air. And they deliberately put allergens in the air to try to make people like me sick. And they put all sorts of horrible junk in their nucockies. And they've been dropping nucockies all over the world in the past since they invented the horrible thing in 2011. And they're terrible. And then I write laws to try to stop them from doing this. And I also write laws to stop them from their long-distance heart attacks, their long-distance cancers. They can induce cancer in you long distance using genetic manipulation via satellite signals. You may say, oh, how do you know all this? You're crazy. Well, Jesus said I have the highest IQ of any woman on the planet. They ran an IQ test on me from Church of Gail. And my IQ was so high it broke the machine. When I take an official IQ test, I'm 130, which is pretty high in itself, but those tests are not really accurate. And Jesus said that my IQ is actually much higher than that. He said your emotional IQ is extremely high, which might explain why my writings are so good. So I'm just so excited about my health page. I have invented a new diet. It's a combination of paleo, vegetarian, and raw. And it works. It's not just working for me, it's working for everybody. They're thinking of giving me a Nobel Prize in medicine about this. That's what I hear. They always want to give me a Nobel Prize for something. So I'm just really, really excited. So go check out my webpage. I haven't heard from my men, and I hear that they're in a court case with the Jesuits. They're always in a court case with the Jesuits. Those Satan worshipers are always trying to take over the earth, and they just got to get rid of me and my men because we're in their way. And it's disgusting. They promote bad. If we can destroy the Jesuit order, we will greatly improve the physical and emotional health of everybody on the planet. They are the most unhealthy organization that has ever existed. They kill more people. The history of the Jesuits is horrible. They were founded by St. Ignatius de Loyola back around 1450 or something like that. And he has he was a Satan worshiper from the beginning. And anybody who thinks you can worship Satan and be healthy needs to get your brain checked. Zach Knight, the Antichrist, Jesus said he's the Antichrist. He died on December the 28th, 2011. When I was in my car at lunch and he tried to use taser technology to get me to go over to my mother's house where he was at with Rule 13 at the time, who at that time was not BFF with me, and they were planning on doing a rape on me. Jesus stopped him. He caused the taser net that they sent over to my car to ricochet back onto Zach Knight at my house. And then he knocked off a couple, I think, Rule 13's arms, and I think they regrew it on her using some sort of cloning technology. And Zach Knight, Jesus killed Zach Knight, December 28, 2011. He died and went to hell. And my men and I were rejoicing with, oh, Zach Knight is gone. I mean, he was torturing us. He tortured us with the Canadian Nukkake, which really happened, by the way. So many people died in that thing that we hear that now in Canada, just about everybody's a Jesuit clone. So anybody in Canada who tells you the Nukkake didn't happen, they're either a Jesuit clone, so they're lying to you, or they might be living on the West Coast, which was the Nukkake hit around Toronto. So they might be living on the western coast of Canada where some of the people there might have been spared, okay? My guess is the rest of Canada has all been was wiped out, and that everybody who's there now is a Jesuit clone. So that's very sad what they did there. And Nukkakes do exist. And anyways, check out my diet. Jesuits, you're trying to keep everybody sick, mentally and physically. And I'm so glad that I've come up with a way to help battle the obesity epidemic. They're thinking of giving me a Nobel Prize for this. I would deserve it alone just for stopping Sarah Avery from becoming a black hole. If we can get all those obese women out there on my diet, they might decide they like being thin and drop their stupid thin privilege movement, which is actually should be thin disaster movement, because all they're doing is promoting heart attack, diabetes, and cancer.